Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and this is my co-host, Isiah Leong. I'm going to completely ignore his Georgia Bulldog thing here, and you are watching another episode of Kicking It with Isiah and Ace. So let me introduce to you the first special guest that we have tonight, making his grand appearance on the show. That's right. Welcome in none other than Mr. Joe Kuntz. How's it going tonight, my man?
I'm doing good, guys. How are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, fantastic. I cannot complain at all. Isaiah's excited for you to be here. Welcome in Christy Wilson.
I know you see my name down there, Tampa Bay Bulldogs. There's a reason for that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. There's definitely a reason for it. All right. And then, of course, welcome in our next guest. That's right. Callan is back.
Howdy, gents. How we doing? Hi, Isiah.
He can't run. He can't run. Isiah can't run. And then welcome in Dragon Viper. Dragon Viper's back.
Hey,
it's been a while since he's been on show, so he's back. And then, of course, our last guest tonight. So we actually have a full house tonight. Our last guest tonight is John. So welcome in, John.
What's up?
All right, there's John. Okay. So everybody knows on this show, we don't talk sports. We come on here. We have a great time because we have various topics that we talk about. And so the reason for the first topic, the reason why I chose this, as I'm searching through all these random topics, I'm trying to figure out, what I should do. And it came up with the UFO one. The reason why it came up with this one is simply because I saw an article to where a lady came out. She said, yes, I'm married, but I got abducted by an alien, and I married the alien that abducted me. And so I was like, really? So, of course, our first topic is, do you guys believe actually in UFOs? Do you actually believe there's something out there? Because personally, for me, are we really the only form of intelligent life out there? Like, that's my thinking.
There
seems
to be no sign of intelligent life anyway.
I'm very, very scared on this one. So I'm afraid to do it. But Isiah, since you're the co-host, I have to start out with you on this one. So what do you think?
Dallas Jets in 6.
Well, first of all, let me say this. This is going to be a legendary show because me and Randy itself is going to be a legendary show anyways. But to have the full house here, it's amazing. About the UFO topic, yeah, UFOs are real. I didn't believe it at first.
Do you even know what UFO stands for, Isiah?
Yes, the ultimate.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Something flying object. I almost said ultimate flying or
No.
flying whatever,
Holy
but-
crap, we're talking about UFC now.
5 minutes in and Isiah loses again.
It's already there.
It's like something flying objects, right? Something
Unidentified.
Flying
Holy
object.
shit.
Unidentified flying objects. That's right. All right. Yeah, but it is real because I didn't believe it before, but then 2 years ago I saw pictures that were released from the New York Post. I think that was the newspaper on Twitter where they had pictures of a alien type spacecraft that was floating around in space. It wasn't it wasn't colored pictures, but it was like dark black and white photos, but you could clearly see it. It was an alien spaceship captured in the middle of the night. So for me now, yeah, UFOs are all they're definitely real after seeing those photos.
And of course, Brandon's saying, and I think Isiah proves that there is another life form put out there. I mean, it's definitely true. So, Joe, how about you? Do you believe that there's UFOs out there? And what do you think about this crazy story about this woman saying that she married the alien that abducted her?
Well, first, it sounds like an episode of American Horror Story, for one. That new season that they had. But I didn't, but I guess with Isiah, the way he's talking on ultimate fighting objects, there might just be some UFO activity going on out there.
I
But
like this guy already.
but I think that the universe is galactic. It's I can't even put it into words how far it is out there. Nobody even knows. So I don't think that we're the only uh, life form that's out there. It's just that we're not smart enough or have the technology enough to figure out what else is out there yet. So very well could be a UFO thing. But as far as this lady goes, I don't know. Maybe she's been eating those fruit roll-ups and Fruit Loops and that Isaiah's been passing around.
And so Brandon also says that Dragon Viper looks like the guy from Ghostbusters 2.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Right? All right. So Callan, what is your thoughts on the UFO?
I'm sure if you, other than Isaiah, know Blink-182, very well-known San Diego band where I'm from. Tom DeLonge is a very huge believer in UFOs and alien life, and I certainly think that we're not the only thing. I agree with Ace and agree with Isaiah and Joe is that, with how big the universe really is, I think I listen to a lot of, Muse is my favorite band, and their lead man draws a lot of his lyrics from space and weird places, political issues, and all that other stuff. But literally, they wrote a song in 2006, one of my favorites of all time by them, called Knights of Sidonia. It's literally named for what appears to be a human rock face formation on the surface of the moon. And NASA's long denied it, but, and stuff like that. And I have my beliefs in certain other things that we won't get into on air. But certainly is that I think that there is other life forms out there. I mean, especially if they're finding water on Mars, if they're finding, other like sources of life or of something that could be a place for inhabitants to live on Mars, Venus, obviously, there's a giant hurricane happening every year on Jupiter. So there's certainly something going on in the universe. And I mean, I don't know about the story though, but I know that I don't think that we're the only ones, living right now. I think that there's definitely other species out there. And I do believe, fellas, I remember watching this thing called Top 5, like, most intimidating or scary, like, broadcast messages of all time. And I'll never forget, though, and now I see why this is the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network, because one of you guys on this network was a fan of Coast to Coast Tonight with Art Broyles or George Broyles back in the day. It's literally a sci-fi paranormal activity talk show. My grandmother was a huge fan of that. It used to be on KOGO radio here in San Diego. And long story short, a guy allegedly who worked at Area 51 called into the program and was, starting to kind of spill government secrets because there's, lore about Area 51 and, Roswell, New Mexico and stuff like that. And they don't know what happened, but for some reason their broadcast got interrupted and taken off the air because this caller was talking so much about Area 51 that they think that the government censored the interview or the guy calling in. So I really think that there's something more out there, I think, that we don't know about yet. So who knows? But I do believe that we're not the only ones living.
All right, so we do have a few comments here. So Amy saying, I wonder what her kids would look like if they had kids and she was actually married to an alien. Would it be
they would look like Chris Pratt from Guardians of the Galaxy. They'd be half human, half extraterrestrial being. And
then Christy's saying, is the UFO Isaiah is referring to is Klingon spaceships, which I don't expect Isaiah to understand.
Exactly.
Well, we do have the photo. I sent it to Chris, but I don't know if we could like share it on the show. But the Pentagon put that out there like literally 2 years ago. I might say that there was like a giant black thing floating around like near the sky. And it was like in the middle of the night. Chris, if we could pull up that photo, that would be great. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it looked like a UFO from all the stories, but I don't know what you could say that thing is. Maybe a bird was flying, or I don't know.
I do recommend, by the way, if you're ever driving to Vegas from Southern California, stop in Baker, California. Not only is it home of the world's largest thermometer, there is a alien beef jerky shop off the 15 freeway, all based upon alien life being a thing in the desert because of Area 51 and all the lore about Roswell, New Mexico. So I'll just throw that caveat in there. But anyway, that's where I stand right now.
All right, Dragon Viper, how about you?
Oh, do I believe?
growing up, I never really did. But then all of a sudden, I started learning more about this whole Area 51, how everything's secretive, how the that it's secretive, I guess. And so I actually do believe there's something. I mean, you see like movies with all these green aliens or white aliens, whatever. But I really think there is something out there, especially dealing with Area 51 being hush hush about everything. So there could be.
All right, John.
Can't forget about ET, my friend. Can't forget about ET.
Yeah, AT was a good movie. So
Yes.
John.
Definitely, it was.
No, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. This lady that says that she married some alien, she clearly needs to be drug tested because this lady is mentally insane. I think this is probably one of the dumbest things that I've heard. No, there's no way. That's just so stupid.
All right. So before we get into our next topic here, since we have Joe here, and Joe is the chef, Isiah, you're gonna explain to him your little Fruit Loop baked potato, and then guess what? And then Joe gets to critique it. He gets to be Chef Ramsay. He gets to critique it.
Oh, let's go, baby.
So you go ahead and start out with your
Kitchen, I love
famous.
it.
So you go ahead and start out with your famous 5 toppings of your baked potato, and let Joe hear it.
You're muted.
You're on mute, Isiah.
How about
That's
we
best
go,
thing for him right now.
How about we take it a step further and go with the spaghetti and meatballs Pop Tart to start things
Oh.
off?
No.
Throw in the appetizer. Let's go.
Yeah, the appetizer, exactly. Who doesn't want to eat like a little cracker with noodles and tomato sauce stuffed in the middle? It's like a little calzone type of a deal. But about the Fruit Loops baked potatoes. See, this is what I would do. I would, obviously get the baked potato, and then you would put your cheese, you would put your bacon, because who doesn't love bacon? And then you would put your, I'm not a big fan of mayonnaise or sour cream or any of that stuff. So me personally, I would put chili, to be honest, on the baked potato, because it's like a little tomato type of a flavor thing, and then afterwards, the last 2 ingredients, probably put some of the green onions, the chives, and then put the Fruit Loops just to make it crunchy and make it a little bit fruity. It's like those like the fruit or the food categories they teach us in like elementary school, right? You got your wheat, your meat, your dairy, your fruit, your vegetables. It's like a 5-category meal in one.
First of all, the elementary school that you went to should be shut down and condemned. Second of all, what in the hell were you snorting or smoking?
Oh my god!
Because I have to give you a drug test. First thing. You had me, because I have on my menu, I have a create your own baked potato with different things, and I've been doing this 23 years, and I've never put Fruit Loops on my menu. So
Thank goodness, Joe.
For the life of me, I cannot freaking figure this out. I pray to God that your a-hole can absorb all of this when it comes back out. Because it's just as nasty going in. It has to be just as nasty coming back out.
Well, he said he did the Fruit Loops because it was that little bit of like sugary and salty or whatever.
Fruity.
But I'm like, that's
A baked
A
potato.
baked potato has salt in it in the first place. You got bacon that has salt in it. His damn arteries have to be clogged up at this point. Borderline diabetic at this assumption of things.
So Isaiah's always question for you. He was always waiting for you to get on the show because he wanted to ask you, is that something you would put on your menu if he created it?
No.
I would be fired. No. No. You would not even pass the first round of Hell's Kitchen at this point in time, because Ramsay would be saying, "What the hell are you doing, donkey?"
Ramsay would probably body slam him. That'd be glorious. Put him through a table.
So how about these spaghetti and meatballs Pop Tart? Is that going to be on the menu as well?
No.
That's disgusting.
No,
No.
No, that is
No.
disgusting. Dude.
No.
no. This is probably a children rated show, so I will not say the words that should be said at this point in time.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
disgusting.
Isaiah.
All right, so we need to. So our next one is. Our next question is: what is one job you would never have? And so Isaiah started last time. So Joe, you get to start out on this one. If you had one job that you would never want, what would that job be?
Well, I respect anybody that's out there working in the working field, period, in this day and age. So God bless them, wonder what they do. But me would have to be working as a septic person, cleaning out people's septic tanks. I deal with enough crap in my life. I don't need to be dealing with everybody else's crap as well.
That's perfect.
Oh.
That is like the perfect pun right there. That's awesome. You don't need to deal with ever. You have enough crap in your life. Don't have to deal with everybody else's. I like that. That's fantastic. All right, Callan, one job you would never want.
A job I'd never want. My goodness gracious. Honestly, I don't know if I could be, and this is even pre-COVID times. I don't know if I could be like in the medical field because of like knowing that that you may see someone breathe their last breath. You may be there for that. You may have if you're squeamish, if you don't like seeing people's injuries or their trauma, that could really mess with your head and stuff. So I mean, I respect the hell out of anyone who's working in the medical field pre-COVID and now obviously during COVID times. And I mean, that's definitely one I don't think I could ever do. I mean, I'm not squeamish, but I just don't know if I could really be like in that kind of situation and have to be that, the person to break the news that, your loved one is no longer with us. I couldn't do that.
So Brandon is saying, or being Isaiah's babysitter.
I mean, we do. I mean, we already do that 7 days a week, Brandon. So I mean,
I've worked with kids for 10 years, and Isaiah's the icing on the cake.
All right.
Eating that food that he eats, I wouldn't want to have the job of being his toilet stool. That's probably why I'm not going to be in the septic cleaning business.
Ew. No.
That was funny right there. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there. So, Randy, how about you? One job you'd never want.
For like mortuary or autopsy,
good man.
area, because I could not stand the smell of dead bodies. I really couldn't. So yeah, one of those two.
John,
Being Isaiah's manager at a retail store. This kid, literally, what he did is somehow locked himself in the store, so his boss had to come home from sleeping to unlock the door. I've worked with kids for 10 years, and I don't understand some of the things he does. If we worked together, I would literally just quit.
Is that before or after you wanted to kill him?
Well, he hasn't killed himself.
Both.
Well, hasn't he been written up twice now already? On his
Three
job?
or 4 times now.
Before.
Four times.
He got written up for
Playing "Hail to the Redskins." Way to go, man.
There you
And playing the Georgia fight song. Way to go, man.
go. Oh my god.
Christy, how about you?
I'm with Cal. I would not be able to work in the medical field. Then again, I'm married to someone who is in the medical field, and I swear to God, I don't know how he does it.
I don't know either. I
I
don't know
don't
how.
know. I don't get it.
God
I
bless them
don't
all.
get it.
God bless
All right.
them all.
Yeah, I know.
I can't wait to hear this. Isaiah, the
Oh,
job
no.
you would
I
never,
know.
ever have in your life.
No.
Don't say a chef. Don't say a chef.
If you say chef,
For me, it's definitely gotta be those people who I don't know how they do it, but they volunteer their own bodies to test like the new shots and the vaccines and medicine, all that stuff. I couldn't do that because it literally took me 9 months just to get my COVID vaccine because I was like so scared for life that needle going in. I was like so scared for my life. So I could never do that. In fact, before I went to get my COVID vaccine, my arm actually swelled up a good bit because I spent like an hour or 30 minutes pinching the spot where I was gonna get the shot, so
Yeah.
I could, like not.
That's
That's
I
not how it
cannot,
works, Isaiah.
no, it's not
like,
how it
feel-
works.
Are we allowed to drink alcohol in this show? 'Cause
Yes.
I think
Yes.
I won't need
Go
it.
ahead, have a
Yes,
beer.
you can.
I've watched
Yes,
one
you can.
episode of Isaiah. I've watched one
Hey, mix it with 7-Up. That's what I do.
That's why. That's why.
No,
That's why
I'm a
we
grown
call it.
man. I can drink it. It's normal.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
why we call it kicking it with Isaiah and Ace, because this one's just whatever you want, man. You want to drink a beer, you drink a beer on the show. We don't care. Enjoy.
I don't think beer is going to be able to do it for this
A little
show.
whiskey,
Vodka
a
then?
little wine.
Well, you want to
Yeah.
drink liquor? Drink liquor on the
Liquor.
show. We don't care, man. So for me personally, like I would not want to be one of those guys. You know those tall towers that they have to where they have to like climb up to replace that one light that's at the top of the tower.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, when he
think
looks
you-
down and he sees the
Scary.
clouds all around him. Yeah.
I think one more I'd throw in. I'm not afraid of heights, but if anyone who is afraid of heights, I would not want to be a window watcher if I
Same
had.
here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how those guys in New York City do it. I don't know how they do it.
A lot of drugs.
Yeah, a lot of drugs.
Yeah, even though the one guy when he climbs the tower to change that light or whatever, like every time he does that, because I think he has to do it only like twice a year, something like that. But he makes like 60,000 a year, and that's just because he like climbs up to change it, and then he's done, and he doesn't have to do it for like 6 months again.
I
So
want to know where he gets a light bulb like that because I'm tired of changing light bulbs.
Imagine if you drop the light bulb. Whew, yikes.
That's something that you
Oh.
would do.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be big for somebody.
so I
New York hire me.
So Isaiah, we have a question for you here, but I think I already know this answer because you've talked about this multiple times, and we already know how this would go. Number one, Joe, this guy wants to have his own cooking show on the network.
We've told them no like every time he's tried, Joe. So.
Yeah.
He wants to call it Cooking with Isaiah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
the first episode would be how to toast a croissant.
No.
Oh God.
Isaiah, you
So
how would you toast a croissant?
You just
I
grab
can't
that
hear
thing,
this.
stick it not in the dryer, but you stick it in the toaster.
No.
Bro, you're definitely fired. You're gonna stick it in the, you're gonna stick it in the dryer. I'm already losing my hair. I'm gonna pull out the rest of my hair here pretty soon.
This man above me in Square 3 has been a chef for 23 years, almost a good chunk of the time I've been alive, and he's just losing brain cells.
I'm gonna be 42 this year. I think I'm gonna retire from cooking at this point. So.
I can't retire after the show ends, Joe. I feel bad for you.
If that's the case, then how do you? burn it?
Okay, Isaiah. Then finish the question then, because he asked you how you're gonna make.
Is it gonna be with lint or without lint?
It's gonna be I mean you can pick and choose. You can pick and choose.
Oh.
But seriously, you
Yeah.
just stick it out of the toaster, you stick it in the oven, or heck,
This man off the stage.
I've always just put it on a
Steak
pan
what?
and just fried it too.
You literally burnt yours to where they were dark black. Like I don't
So I've
Oh my
God.
God.
Stick to
Actually,
the
no, Joe.
toaster.
Have you heard of anybody frying a croissant?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I have my crew stick them in a toaster or a toaster oven,
Yeah.
or
there
we
you
have a bread toaster where you just stick it in the top of it and it comes out of the bottom. So no, I mean you can, but I don't trust Isaiah with anything that is flammable at this point in time. He has not given me
go.
confidence that he won't burn himself trying to
That's
cook
pretty
it in a saute
guaranteed.
pan at this
I
point.
know someone else like that too. Oh.
Yeah, Randy. Not yeah. That's
Me and
that's
Randy needs a cooking show. That's what
No.
we need.
No.
If
So-
Joe's
That
going to
might- that might-
moderate
that might
or
get you
host it,
banned
both
from
are
the
gonna be
internet.
fired after the first challenge of the night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facebook might kick you off the internet or off at this point in
I mean,
time.
what's the other social media that blocks some of this?
Not pretty, man. Not pretty. Isaiah and cooking does not go well together because
Hey, I've also
So-
barbecued
Fire?
a croissant before while I was
So-
barbecuing a couple
You
of ribs.
barbecue?
Put it on the-
In barbecue,
put it on the grill,
really?
yeah.
No.
it's kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of funny
Yeah, I
that you
know.
asked him about the croissant because one day he's like texting in the group chat and he's like, "Oh, I almost caught the house on fire," and I was like, "Why?" And Isaiah's like, "Well, I put the croissant in the oven and then I decided to go ahead and and hop in the shower and take a shower thinking it'd be done when I got out. And I'm like, you left a croissant in the oven to go hop and take a shower.
That is a clear indication you want your house.
I mean,
to
he
burn
also
the
burnt.
flames
I mean,
here,
he's burnt
buddy.
fish. He's burnt chicken wings on a program that we
Did he
had
burn fish?
celebrating.
He burnt
the-
chicken wings? What
Yeah,
was
he
it?
burnt
Oh
chicken
my
wings
God.
on the.
Who does
He
that?
burnt chicken wings on the 1-year anniversary show of. No, on the 5,000 when we surpassed 5,000 listens on MI6.
Oh,
I don't
Bro,
remember.
do you know how expensive chicken wings are in the world today?
very.
Oh, they're expensive.
They are like
Yeah.
There you go, Joe.
$4 or $5
There
a
you go.
pound. It
There's
is
his burnt
ridiculous.
croissant and coffee.
Ew.
That's
So,
the most
Randy-
disgusting picture I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I'd rather be a
Randy.
mortician.
Your mom, your mom is commenting, and she's saying Randy does not need to do a cooking show.
Oh, that's-
So
Oh,
you are just like Isaiah. You guys stay away from cooking.
Mom has
I'm
totally
not allowed
disbanded
to
you.
cook at work. Are you kidding?
That is a fire hazard waiting to happen for Square 2 and Square 5.
He
Mom
burns
has
water.
disbanded you.
Though I have
Mom's
more,
spoken.
I have more faith in Randy than Isaiah, so I'll give him that.
Right.
At least Randy won't burn water.
No, Randy did burn water.
Oh,
I thought that was Isaiah.
Wait, how did you burn water, Randy? That's what I want to know.
all right,
I'm not
I
allowed to
wanna
Joe's
cook
gonna
at work.
quit culinary
so-
arts after the show.
do-
I guess Joe's gonna have to give cooking lessons on the show after.
Oh
I'm
God,
gonna go look for UFOs.
that's a better idea.
Ultimate
Let's look for
flying
UFOs.
objects.
All right, so we'll go to our next topic. With when I read this, I'm like, I want to know how somebody gets away with this. So the next one is there was a guy who sold a 58-foot long pedestrian street, like a pedestrian street bridge. He stole a
What?
58-foot section,
Wow.
and that's my thing. Like
How?
he stole it, and then the cops were like, "Where'd this go?" And then they went to his house, and he had it sitting in his backyard, and they were bringing up theft charges against the guy. And I'm like,
It's just
I was like,
more than
so-
theft charges.
"What? Yeah, but
I mean, do you back
exactly."
your pickup truck to this thing and just throw it in the back of the truck or what?
He probably had to rent like that super long, like 18-wheeler that says "danger, oversized load."
Yeah, that's probably what he did.
Right? I mean,
Wow.
Where
mean,
was this at? What state? What town? Where?
I think it was Pennsylvania,
Oh,
Oh, I thought it was Florida.
Doctor was in Florida.
and
Hey, I live here in Florida. I haven't heard anything about that one yet. So.
no, but can you imagine what that would be like? You know, a cop pulls behind him, and the cop's like, "Hey, what are you doing with this bridge?" "Nothing. I'm just delivering a bridge, man." "Okay, you have a good day." And then he just drives away. The guy just keeps going with this bridge he just stole. So,
What bridge, officer? I ain't got no bridge.
what bridge
So,
are you
yeah.
talking about?
Carry a bridge like on your truck or your car.
Somehow
Car, I
I
don't
think this
think-
is going to make Law and Order TV show here at some point in time. You know,
Gonna make,
Right?
like, you know, like
Law and
world's
Order
dumbest
stolen
criminals
property.
or like world's dumbest, you know, one of those
Yes.
lists, you know.
So, Callan, I'll start out with you on this one. You give me your thoughts on this 58-foot long like heist of a pedestrian street bridge.
I'm trying to envision someone trying to jack part of the San Diego Coronado Bay Bridge. They'd have to do that with like a naval carrier because that bridge extends over the bay to connect downtown to the Coronado Island and NAS North Island. This may be one of the more loonier stories I've heard, you know, in a while about, you know, I mean, literally, I think we're so thirsty for headlines because we've been trapped inside for the past year and a half, 2 years now, 2 years now since COVID hit. And now it's just like, it's 2022. You kind of have to expect the unexpected with a story like this of this story. I'm just trying to envision someone trying to jack part of the, the Bay Bridge here in San Diego. I mean, you'd have to probably call the Navy and rent an aircraft carrier to take part of the bridge
Hello,
away.
U.S. Navy.
Yeah, a Navy, and it's like, oh, Squidward, the robots are taking over the Navy. So no, I don't know. I mean, this is like way off target for like weirdest story already that I've heard this year. That's insane.
All right, so Randy, what's your thoughts on this?
To be honest,
Ow.
I got none. I don't know how it's possible. I don't know how it happened, somebody renting a semi truck and doing it. I don't know. I think it's insane. People just making things up nowadays. So I can't see it happen. I just can't.
Somehow this has Isaiah written all over it.
I have a feeling it does.
Wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, definitely.
He's trying to get
Alright.
that. He's trying to get that bridge project of his to connect the Bay Area to Hawaii up and running. So that wouldn't one man did.
To go find
John?
some ultimate fighting objects.
Hey, did he have some stupid accomplice or half the people blind? Like, how the fuck do you do? Does nobody notice? Hey, I wonder what this guy's doing with this bridge. No guy just randomly, I'm going to put a bridge in the back of this semi truck. It makes no freaking sense how that is even possible. Much less how somebody didn't notice up until obviously he got noticed as well as freaking bridge.
Christy?
It's just weird. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I mean,
Yeah.
how do you pull that off is what I want to know, and what's your reason for it?
Unless they live next door.
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking boredom beyond anything.
Somebody's just walking along, across this bridge, and they get halfway across, like, wait, what? I can't cross anymore.
Where's the rest of it?
The bridge is
Glad
gone.
they weren't riding a bike or running across it.
Something you would have done, Isaiah.
I could actually picture Isaiah being like, it's 58 feet. I think I can jump it.
I'm on a motorcycle.
I think I could do it.
So you can be like Evil Knievel here.
Hey, it's Speed 3. It's the movie Speed 3. He can make it.
Nah, dude, I would just get a motorcycle and drive over it. It's simple.
Evil Knievel.
Isaiah,
Evil Knievel.
It'll be like those guys that do the motorcycle racing thing.
No,
Oh,
Isaiah.
yeah.
Callum McClure does not work for Harley Davidson, and he is not a part of the biker gang in San Diego, California.
All right. So, Joe, what's your thoughts on this?
I don't have a I just don't know. You wake up one morning and say, hey, that looks nice. I think we'll take it. I don't know. I don't.
This would look so pretty in my backyard.
I guess I'm going to have to eat some Fruit Loops and figure this out.
how are you that bored?
Yeah,
that I'm going to steal a bridge.
Well, that's definitely one of the more oddball things to be like, I think I'm going to add that to my collection. I don't have a bridge yet in my backyard, so I think I need that. Like, what's somebody going to do with it? That's my question.
No idea.
What are you going to do with a bridge?
Like I said,
Unless they
backed
scrap
for
it out
Isaiah
because
so he
they're
can start
desperate for
building his
money.
bridge from the Bay Area to Hawaii. There you
No,
go.
if you have a giant mansion with a giant swimming pool, you can put
Yeah,
it
but
right in the middle and
Yeah.
walk on water pretty much.
Isaiah, this isn't Bob the Builder. This doesn't work. Like
Bob the Builder.
Did he say walk on water? Is he Jesus now?
Oh my god.
That's what he said.
I mean, that's what I
That's
would
what he
do. I
said.
would build or put a bridge on my swimming pool. You can walk
on
up
your
and down.
swimming pool, then how would you swim?
So,
He won't have to. He's walking on water.
So Isaiah, we're talking about somebody stealing a 58-foot bridge, and you're telling us ideas of why they would. So if I turn on the news right now, is your picture going to be on the news?
Hey, like I wrote
Fun.
in the comment. Thanks for giving me an idea, Ace. Me and
Oh!
Viper, first thing Monday morning. Let's go. Bring the tow trucks. Bring everything.
But
Let's take the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh god, please stop.
bro, this isn't GTA. You can't just steal.
I'm not being serious, by the way, police. Don't come and arrest me right now.
Another episode of Cops.
Bad boys.
What you gonna
you
do?
gonna
What you gonna do when they come for you?
That's Isaiah for you. That's Isaiah.
And Isaiah's thinking, what cops? What? Huh?
I was just bored. It's okay.
I had nothing better to do.
My mom
I'm
told me.
wasting my life away.
So that brings us to our next one. Because speaking of jobs that it's like Joe and Callan were saying before, you commend anybody who's working, especially right now, since there's a lot of people who don't want to work because of whatever reason, unemployment or whatever. But there's this business that's in Florida that is actually offering, if you go work for them, if they interview you and you get a job, they actually add you in this little drawing to where if they draw you out, your name out, they actually give you free housing. So they went ahead and bought 2 houses, and they're drawing, and they draw for 2 people, and they give you free housing. They give you free cable, free water, free internet, free everything, as long as you continue to work for them. And so I was like, hey, that's a pretty neat idea. Like that's not a bad idea. So I'll start out with Randy on this one. So Randy, what do you think? What do you think about this idea?
I actually like this idea because it gives incentive to have people work, and jobs are really out there. Nobody's wanting to work, so I think that's a great incentive to work where they're doing that. So, in fact, I want to go to Florida. I want to go to Florida and attempt it. So, but no, I think it's a good idea. Brings people into work, and that way people have jobs.
All right, John.
Oh, you talking to me?
No, what was the question again? Sorry.
About the free housing.
Where do I sign up? You know how hard it is to move to a new city and try to find a job?
Yes.
And when you finally get a shot, people are like, nope, we're not going to give you hours.
Yep.
I would take it. Like, I don't care if it's hard. I haven't done like a construction or anything, but whatever it is, I would. Why not? Especially people that are trying to find work or really, because trying to find living is super hard. I've done it before, and it's only getting more expensive. So shoot, I would do it. Sign me up right now.
Well, finding a job right now isn't too hard. I mean, there's jobs out there everywhere. It's just putting more incentives behind it to get people to continue to work. So
I got rejected by Target 8 times straight in a row and by Walmart. So it just depends.
So, Joe, what's your thoughts on this?
Oh no, I'm trying to Google this thing right now because I live here in Florida and I haven't even heard about this.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But jobs are plenty, though. I don't understand it. It's just, to me, my whole aspect is people just don't want to work. So what makes it that you're going to offer them a house?
right?
That they're going to come in there and they're going to want to work anyways. So I'll get back to you. I'm going to Google where this place is at.
All right, go ahead and Google that and let me know, because that came across on my news feed here. So Isaiah, what's your thoughts? And Isaiah, I know, wants to move to Florida now so he can get that free house.
Oh, hell no.
I've been telling Alan this for the last 4 months. We need to build our MI6 headquarters in Florida because Florida is one of the best places to live.
See Florida Man.
Yeah, and of course, you can see Florida Man every single day. I mean, me and Randy go down there. We probably be the model for Florida Man with the stuff that we'd be like pulling off. But I mean, this is perfect. You go to Florida, you get a house there. Hopefully, the house is next to the water in Florida, and then you can go work, do the job that you got to do, and then you come home. What a better nice break from work than you get to jump from your window into the ocean and then go back up and do it all over again. This is literally the best job of all time.
Who would jump from their window to the ocean? Just curious.
Not me.
Isaiah Leung.
Isaiah.
Horrible,
Do it.
hell yeah,
Do it in a
sign me up.
heartbeat.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Randy,
So
Isaiah.
Ishmael's saying Isaiah would only go if Stetson Bennett and Austin Reeves got traded or drafted by the Dolphins or the Miami Heat, respectively.
Yeah.
There's an
Yes.
additional reason to move to
Yes.
Florida right there.
Yes.
Yes.
He would.
Yes.
If Austin Reeves went to Florida, he'd find a way to go to Florida. He'd
If
be
Devin
like, I'm going
Booker
to
found a
Florida.
way to go down there, he'd be down there
Yeah,
too.
there you go. There you go.
Oh, don't forget about Trey Lance too.
Oh,
No,
Ray
definitely.
Lance, Devin
Definitely.
Booker,
Austin, yeah.
Austin
Austin
Reeves,
Reeves,
Stetson
Trey
Bennett.
Lance. Or even if they started, playing for the Tampa Bay Bulldogs.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So, Randy, I think you missed that episode last night. We were talking about teams, and Isaiah now has a 4th team that he has now made up, and and we were talking about the wild card games this weekend, and Isaiah's like, "Yeah, I'm picking the Tampa Bay Bulldogs."
So now we have the Dallas Jets, the Vancouver Blues, Detroit Redskins, and the Tampa Bay Bulldogs. That's 4.
Just comes up with all this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, he might make a great job at creating teams. I mean, to come up with names.
Be the commissioner of his own league. There you go.
Right.
The XFL starting up, he'll be good for that.
Right.
No.
Oh my God.
That's
Brandon.
Wow.
Brandon, that's messed up. We need to rent out Randy's forehead for advertising.
For rent.
Oh my Lord.
I'm like, oh man, that was messed up.
Wow.
Okay,
1-800.
I get it, Brandon. I get it, Brandon. All right, you just wait.
For rent. Call JG Wentworth.
He needs cash now.
Call JG Wentworth.
So Ishmael's saying, OMG, I can already see it. Breaking news, Florida man paralyzes himself trying to jump from a 4th floor into the ocean.
That's like on our news every day almost. So
Oh no.
Really?
Wow.
In half.
Really? So I have to know, Joe, with you living in Florida, I'm assuming you hear some crazy stuff on the news.
yeah, we do. I mean, it's destination capital for vacations. You got Disney and Orlando, Universal, and all those places. So you always got crazy things going on, 100,000 times a day. It's just you'll see it. People like trying to wrestle with alligators or things like that.
Wrestle alligators.
Forcing KFC down an alligator's mouth.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
What?
trying
What?
to feed the wildlife, or lately we've been seeing like alligators coming up to people's doors on their houses and looking in, and they got the Ring cameras on their house doorknobs, so you can see those up there, or the Bobcats or the Florida Panthers.
Not the hockey
it's,
team, Isaiah. The
Bobcats?
actual
What?
Panther.
yeah, he can't copyright that one. There's
What is
definitely a
it?
Florida
God.
Panther team.
Isn't it like a snake?
A what?
Huh?
What is
What?
a panther, by the way? Isn't it a snake or something
It's a
like that?
cat.
No, it's a
Wow.
Wild
How
cat.
is it
Wow.
Isaiah?
Oh my god! I thought a panther was
Seriously?
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
That's a python. That's a snake.
Python's a snake. Boa
Literally,
constrictor
Cam
is a
Newton would
snake.
come here and slap you.
A panther's a snake?
I can't believe this.
Bro.
No.
Then
And
again, yes,
anaconda is a cat too. You
Isaiah.
know
is
that,
a cat. Bobcat is a cat. Panther is a cat. Mountain lion is a cat.
So Joe just told Isaiah, an anaconda's a cat, right?
What is an anaconda? I thought it was. Isn't that a rap
Big
song by
giant
Jay Z?
snake.
A rap
There's a
song?
movie on this thing.
Oh,
Like
no.
years and years
No.
ago.
No, it's
Whoa.
he confused Pitbull with
it's a
Jay-Z.
rap song by Kanye.
Anaconda, that's right. That's right.
No,
Wow.
Oh jeez.
But Isaiah, it's also an animal too. To tell you, it's
It is? Are you serious?
an
Yes.
anaconda. Yes.
I
Anaconda.
thought Jay Z was just making up words, or whoever rapped that.
What?
Jay-Z did not write that song, Isaiah. That was Nicki Minaj who wrote about Anaconda.
Oh yeah, I heard Nicki Minaj did
Oh,
that.
and
one.
yes.
And there's a movie out with Jennifer Lopez called Anaconda.
There's like
My
4 of those
anaconda
movies
don't.
out.
My
Anaconda
yeah.
movies.
Right? Yeah, there is. Isaiah, anaconda's a snake.
Big snake.
I'm looking at it right now.
And it's not
It's
even
a
supposed to be in
frightening
the,
looking thing.
yeah, it's not even supposed to be in the state of Florida, but people brought them over and they didn't realize how big they grew, so they threw them out in the Everglades, and they coincided with the pythons down there. So now we have a new form of
A
species.
snake
A
crossbreed.
new form
Yeah.
of species.
Yeah.
We do, seriously, and honestly, I can't even tell you what the name of it is,
Hey,
but
Luke,
it's
again. What was that?
it's between an anaconda and a bull python. So yeah, people go out and
Ugh.
they get permits to catch these anacondas because they're not notorious for state of Florida. You know,
Right.
they're overseas,
Aren't they like
Africa, and
from
those
South
places.
America?
Yeah,
Okay.
Good.
That's crazy.
I was waiting
So-
for Isaiah to tell me where they're from.
Don't forget about the pigs with like the
Antarctica.
husk. You know the
Oh, those are
pigs, the
boars, man.
elephants.
Those
Boars?
things are nasty. Boars, man. I got them. They're in my yard next door. I got like 2 acres of land, and I'll see them. The mama, man,
Whoa.
she'll chase you in the house, dude. She is not someone to play with.
Oof.
She's not someone to play with.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with them.
No, those things are nasty, and they will tear you up. They will take off your leg if they can get a hold of you.
Oh.
Yikes!
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, that's
Go
painful.
pet one, Isaiah.
Between that and rattlesnakes and coyotes and things like I living in Florida is great.
What's a coyote?
Speaking of a rattlesnake, the other day at the airport, there was a baby that was holding a rattle, right? And I
Yeah.
didn't know it was a baby holding a rattle, and the mom was holding the baby somewhere by.
Oh
like,
my God! Did you attack the baby?
And I was like on my
Better not
phone. I was on my phone eating lunch, and then all of a sudden I hear a rattle, and I jump up. I'm like, "Snake! Snake! Snake!" And I run away. And then,
God.
The same way he
I
reacted when he
ran.
saw a spider.
Because of a baby rattle?
It turned out to be a baby shaking a rattle
Yeah,
next to me. I was like,
babies have
"Oh
things called
crap!
rattle.
You gotta be kidding!"
Jeez.
It's the same way he reacted when the Bulldogs won the other night.
Yeah.
Isaiah, how do you get scared from a baby rattle? So you get scared by gum and baby rattle. So don't say the word gum or he'll crap his pants.
How does he keep his
And you would
job?
be scared too if you had a rattlesnake at work.
You know,
I don't know.
We even had a rat the other day.
Holding a rattle, Isaiah. Good lord.
the baby rattle. Oh my goodness.
So we go to our last topic, which is, do you drink energy drink?
Yes.
And
On occasion,
Yeah, right here.
That's not
That's not
an energy
Dew,
drink,
Isaiah.
Isaiah. That's a
That's not an
soda.
energy drink. It's not an energy drink, Isaiah.
Well, Mountain Dew does make an energy drink, but that looks
Yeah.
like a straight up Mountain Dew right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and after the story,
John
and
is a
after the
monster
story, I'm
one.
going to tell you: would you continue to drink energy drinks?
Yes.
Not really.
Probably not, because there was a guy who drank energy drinks every day, and then they had to remove part of his head because the energy drinks just made him so bad that they had to remove half of his head. And
I've heard
so,
of that.
yeah, and so I
Think about
don't drink energy drinks, and for reasons like that, I'm like, hell no, I'm not drinking energy
Probably
drinks.
had like a couple a day though. There's a difference between like one a day versus like he probably had like 4 or 5 plus a day.
Probably.
I don't know.
I have a coworker
I-
used to drink about three Monster Energy drinks a day, and I'm like,
Oh, I can't. No, I will not.
no.
My mom had a coworker who lost her son young because of energy drink overload. He was a
Ooh.
former, a military member, and he would just, down those things like it was water because, of the military shifts being in combat and stuff like that. And he died fairly young because of the overload from energy drinks. I drink them, but I limit mine to maybe once a week if it's possible because of work. If I need to get up in the morning and work a game at like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning and I cut my sleep schedule a bit short, I mean, I'll grab one, but I don't overdo it. I mean, I keep it very, very, I'm very strict about the use of those as opposed to, other things, obviously. But yeah, I mean, there's been some very bad, stories about, people overdoing it with energy drinks. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dragon Viper, how about you?
I actually quit a few months ago drinking energy drinks, and yeah, I had to. My heart was starting to like spaz out, and I was doing about 3 or 4 morning, and so I had to cut it out. So I don't anymore.
It's a very good idea. And Isaiah, for you, Ishmael saying that no, McDonald's coffee does not count as energy drinks.
Oh my lord.
So Isaiah,
They serve as my energy drinks.
So do you actually drink energy drinks, or you only classifying, Mountain Dew and McDonald's coffee as energy drinks?
McDonald's coffee.
He's on mute. No, he's not.
I mean, I get 50% off food and drinks at work, and we serve energy drinks, so I might as well buy a couple Monsters right before I start my shift all the time.
Oh, if that
No.
happened, you're going to be in the bathroom puking your brains out.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
that's not going to be good, man.
No. Like,
I
for me,
don't drink energy drinks. I don't know. I just stick with, the OG coffee and soda. That's it. And then they power me through the rest of the day.
that's not coffee.
Gotta put, for the coffee, you do have to put, for me, you gotta
Nobody asked you. Adam was
creams.
next.
Yeah. So Joe, as a chef, do you drink energy drinks, or do you go to something else?
No, my drug of choice is coffee. Yeah. But being in the business, I see a lot of energy drinks. I used to buy them for the work, like through the company, but I see my guys would drink them like they were water, and it was like, holy cow, I can't do that to them.
Right.
I drink energy drinks once in a great while. It just really depends. If I'm on a trip, I'll have coffee, and a lot of those coffee places have those shot of energy that goes into their coffee.
Espresso or whatever.
Yeah, things like that. My wife will get that for me, or some other things like that. But not very often do I tamper with those things. They're just. One day, my son and I were out in Vegas, and we were doing he was working for Monster Jam out there, and we got free Monsters all day long. About the third or fourth one
Oh
in,
my God.
my heart was racing to the point I was like, holy cow, I got to slow down, so
Right.
it scared me in that sense. But no, I mean, I don't fault anybody that does, but I do once in a great while, but nowhere near the capacity of 3 or 4 a day. I couldn't do it. I don't think your body could handle that, all that caffeine, all the
And
components are going in there between your heart and your kidneys and everything else. It could end up very bad for somebody.
And that went to my point earlier about my mom's coworker, military member, and those shifts, when you don't get to sleep a lot, and you may have the watch, and you're scarfing those down, and sadly, I think he died before he was even 30 because of the intake he had from the energy drinks.
Jeez.
So yeah.
And Christy, the last one comes to you.
Definitely not the biggest energy drinker. I might have maybe one, like Joe said, once in a great while, but I don't do it all the time. I just primarily stick to stuff like coffee and things like this. Pepsi Mango.
Pepsi Mango.
Yeah, usually just stick with drinks and coffee, and that's it.
And
it's not good for your heart either. So
exactly,
that's the main reason I really don't drink energy drinks.
And I flat out refuse to drink them. I won't do it. I know my wife does, and I try and convince her not to do it because it's so bad. It's just something that I really truly feel like people should not be drinking. It can do so much damage to your body.
Yeah, it can.
All right. So Ishmael wants to know. He's saying, and even Brandon saying trivia ? And Ishmael saying, trivia tonight's gents. Well, guess what? That's the way we always end this show is on trivia.
Yeah, because there was no stupid Isiah moments tonight or this week, so that's good.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was. Tampa Bay Bulldogs.
There you go.
Yeah,
Fruit Loops on baked potatoes. Oh my God, we can go through a whole list.
Locking yourself in the store, playing Hail to the Redskins over the airport public
Hands in the toilet at the airport.
Being scared of a spider and a mouse.
The other night you were on lunch break and Big B said you were going to get fired.
A baby shaking a rattle for a rattlesnake.
I threw my ham and cheese sandwich when I saw that mouse. I was like, a rat! And then just dumped that thing on the ground.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Pick the sandwich back up.
Do not
Jay-Z wrote a song about the anaconda.
Isiah, never babysit a baby, then you'd be terrified.
Panther was a snake. I mean, oh my God, we got a list.
Fan.
Isiah is, usually Isiah has something
Didn't
dumb
he say Wayne Gretzky was a baseball player? Isn't that one I heard too?
Yeah. He also yesterday said that he thought that, yes, you can't escape that one. This was another moment yesterday that he also thought that John Wayne was the person who invented the airplane and flew the airplane around.
What?
What in the name of... Oh, Isaiah.
He's also the same guy that said the first Thanksgiving lasted 1,700 years.
And I said James Franklin was president of the U.S. when I was trying to say James.
He said Morgan Freeman was the
Madison.
new head coach of Notre Dame.
And Isaiah works at an airport.
Yeah. He works at an airport.
And Isaiah went to a hockey game and said touchdown after a team scored a goal.
He said, throw the
So
flag,
what
throw the
airport am I
Wow.
not flying
That's
into so I can make it back
Really,
home?
Isaiah?
Well, he works at, I believe he works at, is it which airport do you work at, Isaiah?
San Jose.
Joe wants to know. The San Jose airport. So there you go, Joe.
All right, so I'm taking an airplane
Yeah.
somewhere else and just driving in from that point.
Yep, not going to his airport.
Avoid
Oakland.
San Jose Airport. then.
Oakland.
I've always thought, could you imagine Isaiah as a pilot, as your pilot
No.
on an airplane?
God.
Dude,
No.
I would rather walk to my destination.
Crash the
than
plane.
have to-
The other day, actually, this guy was like in a hurry to catch his flight. He was like, "Hey, where's gate number 3?" And I was like, "Oh,
And you sent him the wrong way.
You said it the wrong way.
He was on the right.
Send him on the wrong way. Oh, jeez.
I think he missed his flight, to be honest.
And that brings me to a story. This guy texted me one night at 2:30 in the morning having a dream that I came to the airport to see him for some ungodly reason, like I'm going to fly to San Jose to see him in the first place.
Oh my
He did the
god.
same exact thing and sent me the wrong way. He sent me on a flight to Hong Kong. And I came and beat him up.
Oh
So-
my god. What?
Yeah, and so Brandon is also mentioning how he thought that Isaiah thought that Junior Seau was a backup football player when he
Oh.
played
San
in the
Diego.
NFL.
I'm
too.
still steamed about that one.
Junior Seau is a quarterback for the Tampa Bay Bulldogs.
He's the new quarterback. Yeah.
Really, Isaiah?
Oh my
Really?
God. What?
Really?
Isaiah. Philip Rivers would come there and slap.
So
Wouldn't put it
yes,
past
we,
him.
This just
So we-
proves that Isaiah hates San Diego, California.
Well, here's the thing.
No.
I was trying to say the
did
Tampa
not
Bay
ask you.
Buccaneers.
Back to
I
you.
saw the Georgia
Nobody wants to hear it. No.
Moving on.
Isaiah, who did you think worked for the Houston team again?
Houston.
Who's that?
The Houston Cowboys.
You
Oh,
said
I don't know
some-
who.
You said some guy
Oh.
worked for, like the Texans or something, or played for him. Oh, you thought what something? He thought George
Yeah,
Foreman.
Randall
George
Cunningham?
Foreman, the boxer.
He thought
He thought-
George
Oh,
The
oh,
boxer
yeah.
played for the Texans.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
a UFC
and-
fighter, isn't he?
Hey.
was a fighter
and
and
Randall.
Grills. He
Yeah,
did.
and Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, and Randall Cunningham was a two-time winning Super Bowl coach.
Oh
No,
God.
he's not. He's a two-time winning bowling coach.
And apparently Han Solo was an actor, according to Isaiah.
What?
From Hong Kong.
So
No. No, he thought Han Solo was in the Hunger Games.
Yeah. And he thought Die Hard was the Hunger Games.
And then he
Yeah,
thought
he,
and then he thought some Marvel Cinematic Universe character was the guy who made Jacqueline Hyde, whoever the hell they are.
He thought C-3PO was a Golden Globe Award.
And thought R2D2 was a British rock band.
He thought The Mandalorian, the Disney Plus show, was a romantic comedy show.
What?
Huey,
Yeah,
no,
that's what started the whole
Did he-
Star Wars roads thing.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That's all I can say.
Oh.
Huey, Dewey, Louie.
Still,
He
I still
thought that
Don't talk
Adam
about that.
Banks. He thought that Adam Banks was Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Off.
I still break out into cold sweats about that every
Oh,
day
no.
night.
Huey, Dewey, Louie. All right,
Oh.
so that does bring us to trivia, and I think a few of you might like this if you're fans of it. A few of you might be like, "Ah, crap," because guess what? This week it's Star Wars trivia.
Yes!
Good. It doesn't matter, just so we can watch Isaiah lose.
Isaiah, may the force
Isaiah
not be
loses
with you.
again.
So,
Isaiah loses
I'm gonna
again.
lose
So-
too.
Christy, are you a Star Wars fan?
Absolutely.
Okay, Dragon
I'm
Viper,
2
are you a Star
episodes
Wars
into
fan?
the show, The Book of Boba Fett.
A little bit. Joe, are you a Star Wars fan?
I watched them and I own them, but I can't tell you half of the stuff. So this should
right.
be interesting.
Okay. And John, I know you are, and Callan, I know you are. Isaiah, you're screwed. That's all I can say. All right. So,
Oh, I am.
So that means it starts. So, Callan, since you're the defending champion, you choose who gets to go first.
Let's go, Isaiah. Come
All
on
right,
now.
here we go.
All right. Your question is, what is Baby Yoda's real name?
Ah!
How much you want to bet he doesn't know this?
You don't know this? I'm gonna
Baby
fly that right
Yoda's
now.
real name.
Eh.
Oh, easy. Yoda Jr.
Nope.
What?
Grogu.
Ah!
Grogu.
But
Grogu.
Grogu.
Grogu, a 50-year-old baby, Isaiah, is not named
Cutest
Yoda.
little thing
Jr.
ever.
All right. So this next question, this one goes to Joe. So Joe, where did Obi-Wan take Luke after his birth?
Guys, I don't know the answer, and I'm not even going to even think of giving you a wrong answer. I'm passing. Pass. Well, I'm on
Pass.
top, so pass. I'm going to the bottom.
Callan.
Tatooine.
Huh?
That too.
Tatooine.
Yes. All right. All right.
That was
So
better
Callan.
than the answer I was
Two,
going to give.
Isaiah.
I know my
Who?
limitations, man, so I'm just going to pass.
Joe,
All
this
right,
is mainly being done to roast Isaiah. So don't
I
do
know,
that.
that's why I passed, because I wasn't about to get
Yeah.
roasted. I was
You don't need
passing.
to-
Can I pass
No,
too?
hey, we're not. Hey, we don't roast the guest. We just roast Isaiah. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You don't need the passes. Give it to Isaiah.
Who?
I just wasn't going to, even that, I wasn't even going to give a wrong answer. That's
No,
horrible.
it's
Yoda
all right.
Jr., I don't even watch that much Star Wars, and I know there wasn't no Yoda Jr.
Yeah, don't worry. Adam, go ahead. Sorry about
All
that.
right. So Callan, who is? And if I say the name wrong, my apologies.
No
Who
problem.
is Palpatine's granddaughter?
Oh, it's Ray.
There you go. You got it. Okay.
It's really young.
Dragon
I'm just gonna
Viper.
get shut out.
Who was Anakin Skywalker's Padawan?
No. I'm not going to even go with a guess. I pass.
All right, I'll
I
give this
know
one to
this,
Christy.
but it's
Callan's been
crazy.
answering the other one, so I'll give it to Christy.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yes, you got it.
It's Ashley Eckstein.
Ahsoka, what?
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka.
She's a badass character.
All
With
right,
a name like that, she better be.
Oh yeah.
John, your question is, what is Mando's real name from The Mandalorian?
Give it to Isaiah.
He won't know this.
Come
What's
on,
the
Leo.
question?
No, it's not a romantic comedy.
What
drama.
is Mando's real name from The Mandalorian?
Captain Spock.
What?
Captain Spock.
I had a conversation with my coworker about Star
Vulcan.
Wars.
We said
We're
Star
talking
Wars,
about
not
Captain
the
Spock.
boring other
That's
version.
Star Trek.
Captain Spock. What the heck?
Spock.
Oh my god!
Maybe an
Isaiah.
alternate universe, maybe.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I actually forget his name, so I'll pass.
Christy, do you know?
And I might pronounce his last name incorrectly. I think it's Din Daigen or something like that.
You got it.
I watched both
There you
seasons,
go.
so I should know.
You got it. You got it.
Oh, thank God.
How the hell, Isaiah? Where the hell did
Cruella?
Cruella DeVille from?
Cruella?
He's the one
No!
that tortured the
Cruella.
dog.
This is
It's
not
from
101
Star Wars.
Dalmatians.
That's 101 Dalmatians,
Come
Isaiah.
on.
God.
Cruella DeVille.
How you
That's where
Cruella DeVille?
Oh my god! Yes, he really just said Cruella DeVille.
Old
I
lady
can't
that
Oh.
believe it.
very harmful
Well,
to
actually, I can't believe
I mean,
it.
believe me, Emma Watson or Emma Stone, whoever it was phenomenal.
Stone.
Good lord.
It was Emma
Come on,
Stone.
Isaiah.
Okay. Isaiah, where is Jabba the Hutt's palace located?
Who did you just say?
Isaiah.
No, like the question. The question.
Jabba the Hutt.
I
Jabba
wouldn't
the
mess
Hutt.
around knows this one.
Where is Jabba the Hutt's palace located?
Grayskull.
Neptune.
Neptune!
Did you say Neptune?
He
Yes,
said
he said
Neptune.
Neptune.
I don't even know what Jabba the Hutt is. Isn't that a coffee place?
No, it's Pizza Hut.
Wow,
I don't
Isaiah.
even know what Jabba the
Wow.
It's an
All
energy
right.
drink, Java.
All right, looks like Callan's got this one. Callan?
If I don't get it, I know Chrissy's
wait.
going to get it, but
Wait,
I believe.
I think Mess Around was going to try this one too.
Oh, let's see.
No, I was just saying hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh, okay. Okay, hi. All right.
I know if I don't get this right, I think Christy or John will get it, but I believe his palace was on Tatooine as well.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
you
was.
got it. You got it. Okay.
That's a
All right.
word.
That's 4,
So,
Lee Young.
So, Joe, your question is, what year did the first Star Wars movie come out?
Oh my God, he is so
I think he
excited out
knows
there,
this.
like a little
Sorry.
kid right now.
Yeah, I am a
I
little
love
kid.
Star Wars. I can't help it.
No. I'm talking about Isaiah. Look at
Oh,
him up there,
Isaiah.
I
man.
know it. I know it. I had a
He thinks
conversation
he
with my
knows.
coworker about Star Wars. I know this.
Ooh,
You know
ooh,
what? All right,
I got it.
I'll let you do it.
1973.
Nope.
No.
1977.
A year after I
Yes.
was born, Isaiah,
Oh.
1977.
It was
That's
77.
I actually did
Isaiah.
know the answer to that one, but he was so excited up there. I
Yeah.
just had to let go for it.
That's 5, Lee Young. That's 5.
Isaiah, come on.
I was going to let him
That's
try to
like
get
the
some
only
points.
question I was gonna
All right. Well, it looks like Callan's running away with this one. There's not much of a. There's not much of a.
That's 5, Lee Young.
One here.
All right. So, Callan, according to Yoda, there are always how many Sith Lords? No more, no less.
There's always 2.
There you go. You got
There's
it.
always two.
There's always 2.
So Callan
Bucks and
6,
six,
Bucks and
Leon.
6, and Braves and 6. Wow.
Bucks and 6.
Callan 6.
All right. Dragon Viper. Who built C-3PO?
Anakin.
You're on the board.
It's Anakin.
You're on the
Wasn't there
board.
an astro named C3.
No,
and his
Isaiah.
name
Isaiah.
was
No,
No,
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
No.
No.
All right. John, what is the name of Han Solo's ship?
Oh my! The Millennium Falcon.
There you go.
Yes, you got it. You got it. There you go.
Isaiah. No, this Isaiah. No, I'm not even gonna bother my time. He's gonna get it.
All right. So, Christy, who acted as Queen Amidala?
Amidala.
If I say
Amidala.
yes, Amidala's decoy.
God, I should know.
Who?
I'm trying to
That's
remember her
the
name. I
question,
can't
John
remember
was
her
going-
name.
John was
Who?
going.
I know she was
Whoa.
Padme's decoy.
I mean, Adam, what was the question?
I'll
John,
pass
hang
it
on
to
a
Cal,
second.
he
What
might
was the
know it.
question?
Huh?
What was the question? I didn't hear it because John was barking.
Who was her decoy? Who acted as her decoy?
Keira Knightley.
I was
Huh?
gonna say Betty White.
Natalie Portman and Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
No. Who acted as her decoy? Like in the.
Keira Knightley was her decoy.
Yeah, decked out in the Queen of Naboo gear.
The answer that it shows me, I don't know, but it says her handmaiden Sabe or whatever.
Oh,
That was the
that
thing.
name, not the
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
jeez.
I think they both get a point for that one. They were pretty good. They were right on.
I heard the question as who played them, not the names of the actual people.
I was trying to remember the name of the characters.
It was Natalie Portman and Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley, yeah.
Played them, so.
Whose question was that? Oh,
Mine.
that was his. Okay, so now we go to the final round here. So Isaiah, Luke lost which of his hands in a fight with Darth Vader?
I thought Luke and Darth Vader were like father and son. I didn't even know
They
got
are
into a
father and
fight.
They
son.
are, you dingus.
Yeah.
The left hand.
Nope, the right hand.
No,
Right.
it's the right hand. You had a 50-50 shot. You had a
Doesn't matter,
50-50
that's
shot.
7, Lee Young. That's
I was going to say
7.
I'm holding up my right hand. I just want 1 point so I don't end on the
Yeah, I
bottom
don't
of
want to
this
get
list.
shut out.
here.
Me too.
Randy, you have a point, so.
Yeah, Randy, you got a point here.
I got two.
All right, so Joe, who killed Jabba?
Damn it. Give me like what is like the first episode,
Okay.
episode 5. Come on, no, I'm kidding.
Princess
Hold on.
Leia.
Okay.
Princess Leia.
Leia, she wrapped the chain
Yeah.
around Jabba's neck
So-
and choked him.
Okay,
Princess Leia.
so
I got half a point.
So-
off.
Yeah.
so try and finish this one then, Joe. Finish this quote from The Mandalorian. This is the.
You can't even pronounce it. I'm not even going to be able to answer it.
No, that's the word you're filling in, but it's
Right.
this
There's
way.
fill in the, yeah, this is the blank.
Yeah, this is the blank.
Oh my God, guys, I'm retarded right now. What?
Gave you the answer too. It's okay.
Yeah.
I missed it. I totally did, guys.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
the
I
way.
passed it. Oh, this is the way.
This is the.
This is the
Yeah,
way.
there you go.
It's
Thank you.
not
way.
young.
Okay, I'm retiring now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
my Lord.
retired as well.
Hey, it's okay because next time we'll be doing sports. So next time you're on here, we'll do sports trivia.
Oh yeah.
Just watch me lose.
Yeah, I
it.
told you
guys-
I own the Star Wars, but I haven't watched them in forever. In fact, I'm looking at them right now.
Mainly trivia is just to roast Isaiah. So
Yeah.
I know.
Alright, so-
I had to get at least a half a point or something on this board.
Hey, isn't
I think he got it.
Obi-Wan Kenobi the guy with the blue
No.
skin?
All
I
right,
would
so
not answer Captain Spock though.
Callan, your final one. Per Yoda, what is the path to the dark side?
fear, anger,
Aggression.
fear, anger, hate, suffering.
I thought
Okay.
it was also aggression.
Isn't it like almost
All right.
7 deadly sins type thing? You know,
Kind
all those hate.
Kind of, I think.
All right, Dragon Viper. What species is Chewbacca?
Isaiah.
Now, why
Isaiah,
why can I got that
10,
question?
Isaiah. I got 10.
I know who Chewbacca is, but I don't know the answer to that.
Oh,
one.
looks like Isaiah's jumping up
Wookie!
and down here.
Isaiah, what sound does Chewbacca
A
make?
dog! A
No.
dog!
What
Oh
is a
my
Wookiee,
God.
not a dog?
Dog!
No, he's a Wookiee.
He's a Wookiee.
I got 3.
That's 11, Isaiah.
That was just good for me anyway.
He's a
Double
Wookiee.
digits. Sir.
Wookie.
Does he know what sound a Wookiee makes?
I think it was a
I
Wookiee
doubt it.
skin.
Yeah, Isaiah, do you know what sound a Wookiee makes?
Cal's doing the best Wookiee Chewie impersonation ever.
I mean, you're the.
No, I
It's the same way.
I can't do it.
All right, John, your question is who is Luke and Leia's father?
Oh, this is.
Isaiah, what is it? Trying to give you a chance to get a
Darth
point.
Vader.
He got it. He got one right.
I didn't get shut out. I'm
Versus
retiring.
Anakin Skywalker both would have counted.
Isaiah, you still got shut out though because Callan has 10 points.
I have 11.
He has
I got
11.
11. You're
Either
still
way,
on
you-
10.
All right.
Ace, you should have asked me that as the first question, so I could just retire before the game even started.
No.
You're not pulling it
Right
right
on top.
No.
All right. So, Christy, your final question is which film was the final installment of the Skywalker saga?
Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
You got it. You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Mess around. You want a question?
Sure, I know.
Okay.
About Star Wars, bro. Try.
All right. Who told Anakin there is another Skywalker?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No.
The Emperor.
Princess Peach.
What?
What? Mario Brothers, Isaiah.
What? That's Mario, you dingus. What? How do you get Mario in Star Wars?
I don't get
Princess
confused.
Isaiah, did you ever play video games as a kid or watch movies? What did you watch as a
He's
kid?
not a character from the movie, right? I'm like Isaiah.
Yeah. Princess Peach
This is Peach.
from the Mario Brothers. Oh,
Oh
my
my
goodness.
god.
Princess Leia.
No.
No.
Oh, now he knows.
God. No, she's the one that said, "You're my only hope."
Was it Emperor Palpatine, Adam? Just give me the point, please.
It's Yoda.
Yoda.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You think Princess Peach, though. My
Princess.
Right, the right answer.
Cruella DeVille making an
Ah.
appearance from Isaiah or Princess Peach?
One or the other.
It's just
Oh God.
Well, okay, so mess around. I think you would have known this one though. What kind of species is Chewbacca?
He's a Wookiee.
Yeah, exactly. He's a Wookiee. He said he was a dog.
Isaiah,
I'm sorry, Chewbacca doesn't sound like a dog. Woof woof.
I thought
Not a
Chewbacca
dog.
is a dog.
he
No,
literally
Chewbacca's not a dog.
it's
There's
a Wookiee, Isaiah. We've already told you this.
Yeah.
There's a
Don't
dog
bark at
breed
us.
that is a Chewbacca, though, right?
No.
No.
Isaiah, just don't bark at us again, please.
Oh, it's a Chihuahua. Never mind.
No, it's not a Chihuahua.
Oh my god.
This is a really overgrown Chihuahua.
Oh my goodness. My head hurts now.
Oh,
This
Yeah,
is
mine
crazy.
well,
Well,
It's time for a shot.
just about. I don't. So, whew, that was crazy.
mhm.
That was crazy. So, as you can see, we give a lot of crap to Isaiah on this show.
Well deserved.
Yes.
He does it himself.
Very well. Very well.
Yes, he definitely
Comes
does
with
it
the
himself on
lightsaber
the
and
show.
Jedi mind
We
trick.
give a lot of crap to
Every
Isaiah.
He
time.
said,
Every time.
Chewbacca is
So-
not a dog.
So right now, before we wrap this up, we're gonna start out with Joe. And Joe, you get to ask Isaiah any question you want as a new guest on the show. You can ask Isaiah any question you want. Feel free. The floor is yours.
You will ask Isaiah a question.
Were you dropped on your head when you were a baby?
No, I wasn't. Thankfully not.
Are you sure?
I'm beginning to wonder. Nah, I hope that what you do is just an act, and
I never
Well,
watched.
that you are a
No.
lot smarter than what you portray to be.
Joe,
That's-
he's this way in person too. Hence why there's a picture of me having my hand on top of his head because I control his life on MI6.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I'm in awe of his lightsaber right there. Sorry.
Well, that
11 to
brings
1,
us.
Leon.
So
11
that
to 1.
brings us.
Remember
That
that.
brings us to the end of the show, anyway. So, Isaiah, any final thoughts for you?
Oh.
It was a great show. Thanks to Joe and Randy for coming on, as well as Callan, Mess Around Dave, Christy, and John as well.
You will lose to me again next Thursday.
You will get roasted next week, Isaiah.
It was a great show. A lot of great, interesting topics, and this is what this show is about. Just not about sports, just about random things that we always love to talk about. So make sure you guys tune in next week. And how about my Georgia bro?
Nope.
Oh, God.
Thanks.
Bull.
Bull frogs, not bull frogs.
No.
Don't you mean
Ladies and gentlemen, taking the field, your Georgia Bullfrog.
Lining up.
So there is 5 teams now in Isaiah's
Oh.
make-believe league.
The way he's going,
right.
he'll have his own league by then.
And then, Joe, any final thoughts?
No, first, thanks for having me on here. It was great to be on here. I had a lot of fun. Isaiah, stay away from sharp objects. Anything flammable. Stay away
That's
from
why they lose the warning
microwaves.
labels.
Trying to create food. Please, for me,
Anything.
stay away from those things.
What the heck is that?
Go to like Circle K in those places and just get the food that's in the machine that's already rolling through there and just grab those, please. Stay out of the kitchen.
Stay out of the kitchen.
Do it.
Do it.
I mean,
You will stay out of the kitchen, Isaiah.
But thanks, guys. It was fun. Hopefully, I can do it again next week. So thank you
I'm
guys
planning
for.
to bake bread sometime.
No, absolutely.
Dude,
He
you
will
are-
burn bread. We've already
You will
discussed
burn
that.
the bread.
He's already done croissant, so I can only imagine what he will do to bread. It will not be toast.
No.
It will be breadcrumbs.
All right. And then, John, any final thoughts for you?
It was good to be on, and I guess either there's some variant out there where Chewbacca's a dog, or I was just surprised that Isaiah was
Captain
barking.
Spock.
At it. The last thing I would have thought is that Isaiah would be barking at us during the show, but I guess he does.
All right, and then Dragon Viper.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for being on here. Thank you for letting me on here. It's been a while since I've been on, so hopefully things start settling down and getting back into control, and I'll be on shows again. So I do want to thank everybody for having me on here.
All right, and then Callan.
Always nice being on. Again, thanks to Adam and Isaiah for the invite. And thanks again for Isaiah for letting me beat him for the 6th consecutive week in trivia. Always funny seeing him win. But a major thanks again to everyone for supporting Coast to Coast and MI6. Jill, thanks for jumping on. Randy, good seeing you as always as well. And everything else going on. But thanks again for everyone tuning in. And man, sorry, Isaiah, but hey, you will lose again.
Loses again. Loses again.
Christy, any final thoughts?
Just thank you for having me on. It's just been just an absolute blast.
Well, mess around. I know you came on at the end. You got to throw a little bit of trivia out there, so you know.
Well, it is what it is. I had to work, responsibility thing. I'm surprised. Did Isaiah come on the show like singing the song "Who Let the Dogs Out"? Because I was surprised.
I think it last night. He had no clue who sung it yesterday. So
Isaiah,
I wanted to sing "Glory, Glory to Georgia," but Adam wouldn't let me. So.
No, you're the one that got in trouble for that at work.
No.
Well, in addition to him
You
playing
also
"Hail
got
to the
in trouble for
Redskins"
Hail
over
to
the
Redskins,
loudspeakers.
Isaiah.
Coming
All right.
soon.
Isaiah, who
Oh
sings-
my
who
God.
sings Anaconda again?
Just created a new shirt.
Isaiah, we're not wasting tape for your shirt or hoodie.
All right, and then of course with that, I just want to thank everybody for hopping on, and we will see you guys next week for another episode of Kicking It with Isaiah and Ace. So everybody have a fantastic night, and we will see you later.
Later.